Boom, 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 Welcome to DWI episode 39. 39 episodes and you guys made it with us, and it's all because of you at home. Thank you so much. So without further ado, I'm Illy, that's Dude, that's Wax, we are DWI.
Yeah.
So thanks for coming on our journey and let's go.
Oh yeah.
Fellas, I know one thing. Starting the season off 0-3 is not what I predicted. I felt like we were going to control the preseason action and then get right into kicking ass.
Right.
In which case, it didn't happen the way that I planned on it happening.
No.
So
We finally looked a little decent this last game.
right.
Finally. The first, and that's to me all that matters, because what happens after the starters and the second team gets out of there, it doesn't really matter after that, because those dudes ain't even going to be in the league. So,
Right.
but Russell looked a lot better, and Fields looked a lot better this game. So,
Yeah.
I seen a lot of things coming alive, man. I know that one cat they had, that number 84, big boy, what's his name, Patterson?
Yeah.
He looked like he really wanted to be a part of the team.
He's nice. He had a long career. He's 33, I think, 33 years old. So
Being a running back.
Fast.
yeah.
I was going to say the good thing is it's only preseason.
Right.
The bad thing is we can see, what needs worked on, and we got, a couple weeks before we actually have to prove ourselves. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
Right.
Does it worry you as far as offensively, as far as having the weapons we need? Do you think that line is going to be able to sustain anything that new offensive coordinator has to bring to the table as far as coverage blocking, run and or pass blocking?
yeah, for sure. Because we're still fairly new. We got a new offensive coordinator. We have a couple pieces that haven't been there. It's going to take a minute for them to gel and become the line that we need.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
But I think we can do it. We just got a little amount of time left before we have to actually go on the field and kick ass.
Right.
Yeah.
We got three. We're going to end up having three rookies out there on the line. That's going to be a challenge.
Yeah,
Cause,
to say the least.
right. Because the dude we had starting, Nate Herbig, I think he got hurt. He's at center. He was supposed to be starting, but he's out for the year. So now we got another rookie starting at center, who's probably better than Herbig. So it all worked out. Hopefully, if he can stay healthy and keep progressing.
Right. I know that injury list isn't getting any smaller.
Right.
Because your boy Warren, he's still on the injury list.
Right.
I know Corey Trice just went down again.
Did he?
Pulled his groin, yeah.
He played good too.
He did. So it's just one of those things that just happens at the most inopportune time when these guys are trying to solidify a spot out there on that roster.
Right.
Nobody wants the season to start and their name not be on that list.
Right.
I know I wouldn't.
Right.
So moving forward, do you feel like defensively, because I know defensive outlooks are pretty much the meat and potatoes of the team, do you feel like we have the right pieces put in place defensively
I do.
to sustain a win?
Yeah, I think our defense is going to carry us again.
Right.
I think they're looking like they're going to be, because we haven't even seen Minka or TJ, and we already know what they're going to do. You know what I mean? So then you put Patrick Queen out there, and he looked like he's already in mid-season form.
Yeah.
The young boy Nick Herbig or Nate Herbig, whichever one, the one that's not a center, I forget. Is it Nick? Is it Nick?
I see he was making big things happen.
He always does, man.
He flies around the ball.
The little dude always makes a play. Every time he's out there, he makes a play. So I want to see him out there a little bit more.
Let me ask you this, Wax. Do you feel like those guys not playing, like the TJ Watts, the Minka Fitzpatricks, do you feel like that kind of puts their game in jeopardy or helps them out as far as not playing the whole preseason, only practicing?
I think it helps them out because they're a little bit older now. So it gives them, like, I mean, they do have to practice still.
Correct.
So, you know, they're just giving their body a break until they actually have to play.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it helps them out, in my opinion. I don't know if, you know, if anybody else feels the same way, but I feel like it helps them out, to, you know, just to take it easy for a couple, you know, preseason games and then get to it.
Stay fresh.
I agree, but it scares me because those guys, they seem like the type of people that need to be in the action when it's happening. So it doesn't matter if I take this week off, next week, or all 3 weeks. I need to be out there making plays.
I feel you, but you have to also remember they're both coming off of injuries.
Correct.
So they kind of need to stay off the field as long as they can until they actually have to play.
Yeah.
Or it counts, I should say.
That's a good answer, man. Now, moving forward, I'm still putting my feet on the ledge of that damn window, fellas. And I will be jumping out the window, and I will be jumping out the window because in Narnia, our windows are upside down, and if we do decide to jump out the windows, we land in Jello with a bunch of bad bitches because that's where they live at, in the Jello pools that we have. They live there. But nah, I will be jumping out the window because I feel like our team is the team to beat. But we just have to make sure that line is strong up front, man. You got a decent line. Yeah, you might get to the 11th week and then some shit start happening where your team implodes. But if you have an official line, there's no telling how far you can go. Look at the teams before us. You remember Dallas's line? It was one of those lines to where it was a coach's dream. That's why they won that championship in '95. Look at St. Louis, the greatest show on turf. I mean, that team was amazing. When they played Tennessee, and to see both teams having a line that was just out of this world, that's why they were both there. Yeah. So that lets you know that it counts. I don't like to give the line as much credit because of this guy, but I was one of those running backs that always appreciated a fantastic block, and I always thank my lineman.
Gotta have it.
After the process.
Don't work without it.
I was going to say, the line has to stay healthy. They have to keep getting reps together. So I know, like, all right, if I block this dude here, I know he got my back.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Correct.
They just have to go through it with each other.
You know I only do
and they just have to go through it with each other and learn each other's the way they play and think.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I would agree. I only do it to piss this guy off, man. When I say that, like, I pick a running back first. And in some cases, I'm biased enough to do that. But it don't shit shake without that line being exactly where they need to be and who they are. Right. So, do you guys feel like that first game is going to be a doozy? Because you know who we play.
Atlanta.
So, I mean, they always bring the pain, man.
It should be a good one. It should be an entertaining one, especially because Arthur Smith just got fired from there, so I'm sure he wants his revenge.
Yeah.
So that should be a good one. I got us winning that one. We gotta win that one. Like, if you think about it, we need that one bad. So
yeah.
That's one of the ones we kind of gotta get.
That's just to let everybody know we ain't fucking around.
Right.
We come to play. And then here's the thing. We don't just got to win. We got to make an example out of that team.
We got to put belts to asses.
Right. Correct.
Like, period.
Correct. So I'm looking forward to it. We're definitely going to touch bases on next week, you know, just to do a pre-coverage for the week coming up after that. Right. So, you know, we're going to be back to you guys live every week leading up to the season and the season opener. So please stay tuned because we're definitely going to bring that Steeler content for you guys at home. So moving forward, fellas, let me ask y'all both this. Is there ever a bad time for a guy to cry in public?
Yeah.
Why are you bringing this up?
Well, I was watching that Breakfast Club interview with Tyrese, man, and it seems like that brother just always. And here's the thing, man, I like Tyrese as an actor, as a person, as a musician, but I don't feel like it's necessary that every time you get a camera in front of you that you want to cry.
Right. And I agree to a certain extent, of course. You know what I mean? Yes, men, we should be allowed to cry. But there's a time and a place for the shit.
Facts.
You just can't be crying all willy-nilly anywhere you want to go. Like, just stop. You're a man.
Let me ask you this. Do you feel like women have seen other women cry in public?
Yeah, of course. Right.
So, like, basically, it's nothing new to them.
Yeah, that's because women are more emotional. Like, you know, I mean, they just... You can ask any woman in the world that... Have you ever walked in a bathroom and seen another woman in there looking in the mirror just crying and shit? And every single woman will probably say, hell yeah, I've done it myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you're a dude, you can't go in... If I went into a bathroom and seen a nigga looking in the mirror crying, I'm getting the fuck out of that bathroom. I'm getting the fuck out of the building because he's probably going to fucking take everybody the fuck out.
You don't think he is? Like, here's the thing. If you see a guy crying in the bathroom, it's for one or three reasons. He can't pee, he can't poop, or he's getting ready to try to unalive everybody in there, including himself, so the cops don't get the satisfaction of doing it.
Right.
That's what I know.
I'm out of there.
Let me play the devil's advocate because I watched a little bit of that interview too.
Right.
At the same time, you have to realize Charlemagne the God set him up with a couple personal questions to tap into making him cry because he's cried up there before, right?
Right.
Like there's interviews with him talking about his personal life and he's out there like just sobbing and shit. It's good for their ratings. It's good for the Breakfast Club ratings to get Tyrese crying. He's going to be an instant meme and, you know, their views are going to go up. That's kind of what I feel like why Charlemagne the God asked them those questions just for the look.
Right.
I mean, but damn, man, you're like Tyrese, baby. I mean, listen, we love you, we love your work, but in order for us to pull this off, you're gonna have to cry.
Like, I don't think he said that. Like, you know what I mean? I think he knew what he was doing.
Right.
I mean, Charlemagne the God. I think he knew exactly. If I ask him a couple personal questions about his marriage or his life in general,
he already was on Facebook crying.
Exactly.
Talking about what more do you want from me?
Exactly. That's my whole point. Right. That's my whole, because like we all know he wears his heart on his sleeve.
He does, like every other hot-blooded male. But you don't run around here like dude said. If you see somebody at home, matter of fact, you guys at home, listen. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing a damn thing or moving forward.
Until they do what?
Until they do one of three things. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, all three things.
And what is that?
Like, comment, and subscribe.
There you go.
You know why, Rex?
Why is that?
Because it costs you nothing.
Right.
It doesn't cost you one damn thing in order to hit that little button. Is that it? Yeah, right there.
That little bell. It's free.
There it is. So, we did that twice too. I don't know if y'all was paying attention, but we put footnotes and little secret ass sprinkles in there for those of y'all at home that are listening. We call them Easter eggs. They're like Jeeps. They have like little geckos and little surprises and shit there for you. But we do that for your entertainment at home. So the least you guys can do, just to show us that you got us and got our backs, is to do one of three things.
Right.
But here's what I'm saying.
Okay.
As a hot-blooded male, we are an emotional person already. Those of us that have been raised in two household or a double-parent household, the majority of the males that we know that was raised by our mamas. But one thing you was always taught as a young individual, never let them see you sweat.
Right.
Because if they get you to do that dance once, they're going to try to get you to do it every time you get on there. And then it becomes disingenuous. Like, are those real tears or are those tears that just got brought out by propaganda? Like,
right.
I know that the brother's in pain and he's hurting.
Right.
But if you can't do an interview without crying,
right.
What are you doing out there?
Exactly.
Don't do it.
That's my whole point. That's my whole point. That's why I'm saying Charlemagne knew what buttons to push to get him to do that.
That's nuts, man.
And I don't, like, to answer your question, I don't think it's all right for him to be crying on every goddamn interview.
No.
You know what I mean? There's a time and a place for that.
Right.
And like you said, never let them see you sweat. Never let them see you cry your weakness, because people will use that against you, just like he did.
Remember when you was crying up here last time? Or get into it, fall out with the motherfucker. You wasn't acting like that when you was crying. Like, that's the whole mechanism towards it, man. And we ain't trying to steal no shit from, you know what I mean? We ain't trying to say no shit as far as how you're bringing it either, Mr. Charlemagne the God. We're just pointing out the obvious that Tyrese has to, like, govern his tears from time to time, man. That's all.
Right. You're supposed to cry around people that give a fuck.
And like, got your back and shit, and start crying with you and shit.
Right.
Everybody was sitting up there looking like, oh shit, this motherfucker's crying again.
I feel like everybody knew what was coming. Like I like it just felt like they like the whole Breakfast Club knew Charlemagne was going to keep poking at him until he started shedding them tears, them little crocodile tears.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because like they have to have a game plan, and like that's just like us. Like when we meet, we talk over what we're about to do, what we're going to talk about. So I feel like they all knew.
But that's some sick shit, man. Yeah. Like, all right, so what's on the list? Okay, well, we got to definitely talk about the donkey of the day. And then we got to talk about how we going to make Tyrese cry. Like, that shit's happening. Like, that nigga will shed some tears today. It's almost like that damn, that cat off a 40-year-old virgin that said, I have a blade that I keep in my boot in a sheath, and I cannot return it to that sheath until it has spilled blood. You dig what I'm saying? It's almost like that. Like, I cannot do this interview.
Right.
Or go forward until I see tears.
Right. And like you said, like, we don't want to say, like, as men, we're allowed to cry.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
We should cry. We have to cry sometimes. You can't hold it in or you'll go crazy and do something silly. But there's a time and a fucking place. Right. And there's people that actually care about you that you should be crying in front of. Don't cry in front of America, because America don't give a shit.
Right.
Watch how many memes there are going to be. I didn't mean to cut you off, dude.
No, you're good.
But watch how many memes there are going to be of him just like with boo-hooing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
There's a lot, and the internet is undefeated. Despite the fact on how we as DWI feel about it, it matters how the world perceives it. So we're just bringing it as it was brought to us.
Right.
You know, there ain't no disrespect to anybody that's involved. It's just a simple fact that, damn, bruh.
Right.
Calm that down just a tiny bit and move forward with that, you know, that good energy, man. Bring the music back. Get into a couple more of those Fast and Furiouses.
Right. I was going to say, what was he up there talking about anyway? Well, why was he there to get interviewed?
I believe he was promoting his new album.
Exactly.
And if that ain't giving you a reason to be smiling and shit, man, I mean, that motherfucker said, damn, all this, took his bracelet off, told everybody where you can get one of them at, and all this other shit. I'm like,
the middle of the mall, basically.
I mean, he said it off of Temu or something like that. I mean, it wasn't Temu, it was like Amazon or something like that.
That's even worse. Like,
so shout out to Temu, give us some free shit. We're begging at this point. AdPad had one. Temu. That's an endorsement. I want my check for my boys and I to split. So, with that being said, Wax, it's not one of those things that we're poking and prodding at, but damn, my brother, have some decorum about how you drop those motherfucking salt bags of yours, man.
Salt bags.
Yeah, that, you know, because back in the day, them some bitches was an extra snack when you was hungry. And your mom said, get in the bed. Get in the bed! You be
Like, that was a little salty.
Hell yeah. Like, that motherfucker hit the spot.
I need more water in my diet. Right?
Hell yeah. That motherfuckers became an extra snack on one of those getting to bed nights, man. Speaking of getting to bed, man, do y'all remember, what was the dumbest reason that you tried to stay up for? Like, you, mom and dad, or mom and whoever raised you at home, grand raised, aunt, uncle, cousin, big bruh, if they had a party downstairs, and all in the world, in the land, as far as the eye can see, the internal clock of being in the bed was on 3, fellas. 1, 2, 3. 9 o'clock. We didn't practice it and didn't rehearse it. Your ass was supposed to be in the bed at 9 o'clock. So that means at 8:55, when A Different World credits go down that fucking TV screen, every adult in the room is looking at you like, bang.
Hey, what you gonna do?
That's this shit.
Or until you hear that.
Oh my God.
Oh my
that mash scheme.
So you hear that, it's bedtime.
It's time to go.
No. If you hear that mash bed, or if you hear that mash sound, you're getting beat. That lets everybody out here know, like, that nigga was up till 11? Because right after that mash goes off at 11:30, for those of y'all that are players like myself, it was up. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 But yeah, man, we just went into a fool run.
I swear, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Night court.
Mash goes off at 11. And I'm up for the party, my nigga. I got dressed in my best lawyer suit just to lay in the bed and watch Night Court.
Listen, but I'm gonna answer your question though, like why we tried to stay up, and it was because company was here. Like you wanted to stay up with the company, even though it was your parents' friends and shit. You was trying to be part of the festivities too.
You better know it.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
so go ahead, Wes.
No, I'm just saying, like, that's the whole reason why, like, I would find little, like, I want some water or whatever the case may be. I didn't want to go to sleep. I was trying to see what the adults was doing.
So dig this. So they made, like, there was, in my house, it was 2 batches of chicken. It was the batch that they made for dinner. They could have been, like, a little bit darker than the pieces that, you know, they was fitting to make. But they made it happen, you know. And the burnt pieces weren't bad. It was flavoring, I was told.
Right.
But that company chicken, nigga, it was marketable. Like when I said, when the different world, when the credits start going down the screen and shit, and you know, and everybody has that one family member that's older than you that likes to be a smart ass and be like, is this on? Good night, my love. Pleasant. I'm like, so you want to sing that shit right now? Like, to me, it was an older sister or my dad or, you know what I mean, like, somebody that wanted to rub it in that they get to stay up, you know what I mean, a little bit later than you. But that company chicken, yo, that shit was golden fucking brown, bruh. I'm like, I asked my mom instantly, who's this for?
A little extra spices, a little extra seasoning on it.
Nigga, them shits was like bling bling. Like I swear on everything I love. Because I'm gonna tell you, I went downstairs being grown, and like I opened up the fucking lid to that black skillet. It was always a silver, like a damn near a brand, like a chrome lid. I opened that bitch up, and that song by Genuine came on, like, my whole life has changed. Them bitches was fucking like, it was like there was popcorn popping out of the fucking fryer. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Whose man's is this? Whose man's is it? Like, I needed direct answers on whose chicken that was.
Right.
Because we got the chicken that was like, had a little, you know what I mean, like a little, couple little dark spots.
Right.
But the shit smacked. You dig what I'm saying? This shit was flawless. Paula Dean would have opened up that motherfucker like, God dang, niggas. Like, and it would have been all right. It would have been acceptable. But, Uwe, what was the dumbass reason you had to stay up? You know what I mean? Like, that you used to stay up?
Oh, man. Who knows? Probably, like I said, I'm thirsty or I got to go to the bathroom.
Right.
Some shit like that.
Right. That's one of those, that's a universal move that you can damn near guarantee.
But it was always just to try to watch like Arsenio or something like that.
That the adults was watching, or the people that could stay up. Now let me ask you this.
Like if Eddie was on Arsenio, but we kind of got a pass on that night in my house.
We got a pass on a couple different nights, you know what I mean? Right. But it wasn't always like that. Like, you know what I mean? You got school in the morning. Go lay down. Like, God damn it. I could smell something burning weird in the air and shit.
Oh, man,
you know
what that was.
The incense. Like, it was like a fucking pattern. Like, my mom would light the incense, so I already knew what was cracking. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there.
Right. But it's just to set the tone of the story. I feel you. Mine's was the same shit. I definitely come downstairs 95 fucking times, like when I was opening, and then they start catching on and shit. I get the warning before, like, now listen, we having company. stay your ass upstairs and don't come downstairs. And then I'd be getting shit thrown at me like, Christmas? Oh, Christmas will be done. Like, you know, just different things like, you want a good birthday, don't you? Bartering chips to keep me upstairs so my eyes wouldn't see that A, fucking spotless chicken, and B, the extra corrects that was getting ready to happen, man. But they didn't believe in us, fellas. They didn't think we was really that thirsty. And I can remember being a kid, willing myself to be thirsty, then having to go to the bathroom and drink the swamp water. Like this water tastes like hose water, but it's cold right now, so I'll take it. So, like, that shit to me was a moment to where it had to be recognized, man.
Yeah. You know what's wild, though? Being on the other side of that, watching our kids,
right?
You know what I mean? Trying to stay up and see what's going on, like telling Lou, like, go lay down, you know what I mean? And then her finding a reason to come back out and see what's cracking off, like. Never fails, man. It's like, it's wild to me because it's like a whole 360.
No doubt.
Like, I was a kid at one point and now I'm the adult. Like,
then they act like they scared of the dark for a little bit. No, they ain't.
Bingo. You've been back there for hours anyway. Like, now you're scared.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You see, but God blessed us and He cursed us because He gave us all 3 daughters. So guess what? Now we cave in like some damn
right.
Some little, you know what I mean? Like, they got us wrapped around their damn hand. Like, I'm thirsty. Like, what? You are thirsty? Like, you
damn you, dehydration. You won't get her this time. Pouring juice down the gullet.
Hell yeah, but you know, like, I got you this time. Like, I get a hose and shit from the damn ceiling and shit. Dude, like, here, mama. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they have us wrapped around their damn finger, man. I remember when my daughter was little, and my brother just brought this up. Shout out to Rico. He said that, like, because he knew at my dad's house we couldn't feed the trash can. That was their only request. Don't feed the trash can because my daddy worked too hard for that.
Meaning, like, don't throw good food away after.
Correct.
Like, you better eat all of it.
Correct.
Right.
So my daughter's up there, and she was so tiny, and I had her back 100. I still do 150,000%. So she's eating macaroni, and she's like, her first complaint, Daddy, this macaroni is, I call it macaroni. This macaroni is spicy. The way she said that, I was like, I started to crack. That was my, I'm sitting there, we're having a family meal. My dad's at the head of the table, my kids are around. I'm like, oh shit, this is gonna make me bad. So then she proceeds to say, Daddy, looks over at me again. She's like, it's bony. I'm like, baby, macaroni and cheese doesn't have bones.
It's bony.
I'm like, that's okay, mama. And you know what I mean? I called her a little nickname I called her. I ain't gonna say it on here, but like, I picked her up and I instantly walked. She was probably about 2 or 3.
Right.
And I'm like, there's no way I'm making my daughter eat this damn food because, like, she's obviously having a hard time with it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I, like, my dad looked at me. He was over there eating, like,
somebody gonna eat this macaroni.
Right. Shook his head, put his head down, and I scraped it on my plate. I was like, I looked at her. We made eye contact just so he could look at me in disappointment, like, I raised you better than that.
They go ahead and eat that bony ass mac and cheese.
That bony, spicy ass mac and cheese.
That hot, crunchy ass mac and cheese you got up there.
Straight up. I was not letting my daughter go down. And I know that y'all had moments like that too, to where, like, your daughter just, you know.
Facts. I was just sitting here thinking, like, all the times I sent my daughter to bed, but then I started to think about all the times where she was part of the party. You know what I mean? Where I did let her stay up and hang out with the gang for a little bit. Like, I mean, you know, not the gang, but
like she was up throwing gas.
She had her bandana and gun. But you know, with the fellas, like,
I can remember.
Yeah, and her falling asleep on the couch while we up playing video games or whatever the case may be.
That's what it was all about, bruh.
You know, and that was me giving in. That was me cracking and, you know, having some kind of compassion for her because, like, I knew what it was like to be in her situation.
That was the moment she was like, my dad's rules ain't shit.
I was about to say, he's going through it now.
See, now
I love it.
Like, see, they got theirs out of their way when they were younger. Me, I'm experiencing a baby girl as an old man, and she's running me around in circles, bro.
What about that one time you told me that she stared you down, bro?
Oh, she looked me up and down like I wasn't nothing. Like she's just like,
and you wasn't.
I wasn't.
Yeah,
I knew it at that point. Like I ain't shit.
Mm-hmm.
That like you went to the bathroom and looked in the mirror and was like, I ain't shit.
She was right to do this.
Like who looked away first, you or her?
Me. That's right. We had a staring contest and she beat me.
She won.
She won.
The first person that stares away loses. We all know that. Y'all at home know that.
And I'm supposed to be acting like I'm mad, and she's just like, just look. I just had to laugh and look away. I'm like, she got me,
bruh. My daughter told me when they were growing up, like, I like staying here with daddy because mommy's the mean one, daddy's the fun one. I'm like, is that your way of calling me like a bitch or something, baby? Because like I don't like it, but like
I don't take it.
Yeah, like shit.
Right.
I didn't know how to go with that. You know what I mean? Then they grow into teenagers, and then shit. That's some shit right there. So if you guys got little ones at home, and you're men. God. Chances are they're going to favor the mother, so enjoy it while you got it right now. Cause
I was about to say, take advantage, man, because it comes and it goes fast. And then their memories, like, damn, I remember you were just a loaf of bread.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Now you're telling me to beat it.
And get out your room. Yeah. Get out of my room. Throwing shit at the door.
Like, damn.
These little ones, man, they wild, man. But yeah, man, that was like a moment in time, man, to where I can remember always like trying to figure out how to get out of the room. It was like Mission Impossible. I was coming down like Tom Cruise with one of those fucking things hanging off my back, like ding, 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 ding. And here's the thing. I had this chameleon-like way to ease down the fucking snake, like slither like a snake down the steps. And like latch on to the end of the couch. And the only time that I fucking got caught is when I would speak up in grown folk conversation. Because what's the biggest tip that you can give to people at home that to where you can sit and maybe take about 5 minutes of some grown folk information in?
Be seen.
Okay, and then?
Be seen and not heard.
So what happens when you're seen and not heard? They'll let you, like, they'll be going around looking. Right. But the minute that you go, a little bit extra loud and shit, like.
That's some shit you wasn't supposed to be hearing.
It'd be some mannish shit, you know what I mean? They'd be like, yeah, and then her whole ass was hanging out. And she said ass. Oh, shit.
That baby didn't say ass. Get. Baby's up here cussing.
That's the thing I love about black culture, man, because like we incorporate so much shit with telling somebody to go to bed, like now, right there, go, like
get in the bed.
Yes, and then if that doesn't work, it's like progressions. The first is get in the bed, and this is coming like if you had dad or an older uncle or a brother, get in the bed. You don't listen and you keep coming out. Get in the bed. That's 2. By the 3rd time they gotta tell you, you're getting thumped. That's just regulation punishment. You're getting thumped here or anywhere around
on
here.
the top of your skull.
It's not gonna be anywhere that has cushion because that's stupid. You gotta feel this shit, and it's gonna sound loud, like right there. That's gonna happen. 3rd of all, you're getting beat. Or 4th of all, excuse me, because they try to do everything in their power not to beat you because you ain't in the bed. But if they gotta say the 4th go to bed, you're gonna hear somebody go into that back room and grab that beating belt, and your ass is
wrestling around with it.
Right.
Yeah, I was about to say, me and my sister used to like put on shows to stay up later. Like, you know,
some shit.
Like we would like reenact something from a movie or something. You know what I mean? Just to live a little bit longer. Like
had the adults cracking up or dancing for pennies and shit.
Like we used to do wild shit, but.
See, y'all's families used to do like fun shit like at night. My mom would have like a revival at the crib. I'm like, I'm going to bed. Like, she had church or something downstairs with a whole bunch of people praying. I'm like, I'm going to bed. I volunteer as tribute to go to sleep first.
At 8:30, like you go to bed at 8:30. Like
it's your night child.
Because they be down there talking about nothing but church and God. I'm like, there's nothing juicy here. I can't get jiggy with none of this. I'm going to bed.
That is so fucking funny to me, bruh.
There wouldn't be no smoking or no, you know what I mean? No cussing or playing
there was
cards.
sinning going on down around there.
Right.
There was some sins happening.
But they were good sins.
Yes, they was.
The good stuff.
I knew what dope smoke smelled like at a young age. And I don't mean crack for you motherfuckers at home. Good weed was called dope back in the day.
I didn't find that out until later.
Yeah, I'm like, that smells weird down there. But it was a good weird. And if it, you know what I mean, it was just wild, man. You had to be there, man. That was them 80s parties.
Right.
But moving forward, let's talk about that shit that I sent y'all earlier in the week, man, about that guy who ran a 10-6 100-meter dash.
Oh, that old dude?
Yeah. Hey, you got the clip, dude?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, boy. Took off, too. Look at him.
Wheels.
Look at him. Gone.
That motherfucker is 62 years old moving like that.
Yo, he would definitely dust my ass off, man. Like, cause there's no way I'm keeping up with that.
Right.
So, like, first of all, where the fuck has he been hiding after all these years? Still running a 10-6. Like, whose man's is that? Like, where's that motherfucker been at? And the guy behind him, the black guy to the right of him, he got to be running like an 11 flat or a 10-9. If this dude is running a 10-6, that might be Eugene Javen from New Braves.
Oh, boy, had wheels.
Yeah.
That motherfucker used to be fast back in the day. Eugene, is that you? Dressed up in makeup? Nah, man, that motherfucker's super duper fast,
What
man.
took off, man?
Hell yeah, that motherfucker took off, man. For no damn apparent reason other than the fact that he still had wheels, letting everybody in the world know I still got it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Man, I hope to God that at 62, I can, you know what I mean?
Do half of that shit.
Yeah.
I run a 15 at 62. I'd be cool with that shit.
That motherfucker ran a 10-6. Like, he still has Olympic world speed.
He was rolling.
Do you think that he was somebody in the track world or something like that? Like, who the fuck is he?
He had to be. I don't know.
You think Hussein can still run that fast?
Probably.
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, he ain't breaking no records, but he's probably still one of the fastest men on the planet, though. For sure. Like, you don't just lose everything. You know what I mean?
Like, if you smack him in the back of the head, like, give him one of these, you think he can catch you?
For sure. I know he's faster than that Buster. What's the dude's name? Noah Lyles. Y'all see that?
Yeah.
I'm tired of him already.
He was dogging the American basketball team.
That's what I'm saying, man.
How do you do that as an American?
He probably ain't faster than him now, but he's still
don't know
cooler
that.
than him.
You don't know
If he was
that.
faster than him now, he would have ran in the Olympics.
Nah, he retired.
Yeah, because he not as fast as everybody in the Olympics.
Noah Lyles didn't set no record.
And so what? That's not saying that Usain Bolt isn't as fast as him right now.
True, you're right. I mean, I'm just hating but you don't know.
In his
you
prime,
don't know,
prime
though,
for prime. Hell no.
That's
right?
what I said.
because he's only 30 something. Like, he's not like old.
Right.
That motherfucker
really don't
still
know.
runs like a 10-2.
Trust me, if he was fast enough to be in the Olympics, he would be in the Olympics. No one,
He might
no
not
one,
want to.
Why wouldn't he?
Because he's done everything he wanted to do.
It's not, you don't get paid.
Cut it out. He's a runner. When you're a runner, you run until you don't fucking win no more.
Nah. He wanted
He
to
don't
go out
just
on
stop.
top.
No.
No, I mean.
Because the last time he didn't even win gold. The last time he went there, he was getting smoked. So, like,
That's it. He fell. He was like,
he's not as fast as he used to be. It's
but he
natural.
still runs a 10-2. I'm sure. 10-1, 10
he's
flat.
not as fast as Noah Lyles is what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's not fast and can't smoke 99% of the people in the world.
All right.
But as far as Olympic speed, where he winning gold medals, he ain't got it no more, or else he would still be there.
This message is for you, Usain Bolt. Come find us so we can take you to that nigga Noah Lyles' house and you can race him.
Let's just straight up swap Usain Bolt. I'll take 4th place with Usain. Like, I just don't like Noah Lyles.
Yeah,
Like,
he is corny. I'm not a fan of him.
Yeah, anybody to hate on your own people just for like 2 minutes of fucking glory, you're a buster, man. Like,
Right.
He's gonna say, "Ain't you doing that to me right now?"
no, I'm not.
No, it's different.
I'm not hating on him.
We're hating on you for hating on somebody else.
For being a hater. Like,
And then he came out there jumping around and didn't even win.
yeah.
jumping around, flipping around, doing all kind of extra shit, and didn't even place. Like, nigga.
And then the theatrics began where now you got COVID and now you can't stand up to breathe. Like, get out of here, man. Kick rocks, man. Like,
beat it.
We want Usain Bolt, and you go to Jamaica so they can talk shit on you and shit.
Yeah, what's the bomber glide, man? We don't want this boy. He jump around. He jump around for nothing.
Like, he's corny, man. I think I just saw something where he's supposed to race Tyreek Hill, which is not interesting at all. But you know.
Tyrese Hill's getting ready to smoke that motherfucker. He used to run track.
Yeah, he's the fastest dude in the league.
He got Olympic speed. I hope to God that Tyreek races him. I said Tyrese, he's gonna be like, what
more do you want from me?
That motherfucker gonna be running and crying and shit. Like, I can't see. But yeah, man.
Nah, yeah, I don't know who would win that one. If I had to put money on it or a gun to my head, I'd probably say Noah Lyles would win.
Yeah, probably.
Just because he's a trained runner, but
so was Tyreek Hill.
But he's not. He was, but he's not. He's not trained in track.
He's in fantastic shape.
Yeah, he is. But you still got to train. It's still a skill that has to be perfected.
I understand that, dude. I used
not
to
just
run
everybody.
track.
Not just everybody can just jump in and beat world class.
Yeah,
Terrell Owens does it every once in a while.
You know he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
On a football field.
No, he raced Tyreek. He raced Tyreek Hill, but Tyreek Hill didn't head start.
He's a football player.
It was on the track though.
But they're football players racing football players.
Yeah, you're like trying to compare the two when they're still both football players.
I get it, but Tyreek Hill went to college for track.
True, but like he hasn't ran track seriously in years. Like he's a football player now, so like he doesn't do 100-yard sprints every day. He's, you know what I'm saying? Like his muscles and shit are conditioned differently.
I'd understand that if I didn't fly out to Miami and see his workout. He does run 100-yard dashes on the track. I just went to Miami 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
They flew me down.
He flew it out.
You know? I beg to differ, man. I think Tyreek might beat that boy. Because once you're fast, you're just fast until you're not fast, which I agree. But I don't see Tyreek Hill having any problem slowing down anytime soon.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, he's not trained in it right now, so.
I agree, but fast is fast. He doesn't forget his form and how to run. Even though he hasn't been trained in it. Look at Mike Tyson. He hasn't boxed in years, and he hasn't been fully trained in it, and he's getting ready to come out here and kick Jake Paul's ass.
That's hoping again. That's thinking that he is, but he might not.
Well, let's put money on it.
No.
Put 15,000 on it.
No.
16.
I ain't putting shit on an old nigga or a goofy ass white boy.
All
I don't care who wins either.
Y'all heard of dudes taking bets for 15,000 a pop from 6 people. So if you got 15 grand, his address is 445 Rutler Road. Well, listen, fellas, we came, we saw, we delivered. Now, we're going to come back straight to you, straight to your home, straight to your computer, straight to your phone next week. Same time, same location,
right?
Different material. Peace.